Hi again. Today I would like to talk about the Unit 12C. This is the subject concerning questions without auxiliaries, and we will have a revision of question words. All right, starting with this pronunciation part. In English, we have got this sound problem, right? When you compare it with other languages. So first of all, listen to the differences between WH and this H sound.
12.8 Which? What? When? Where? Which? Why? House? Huh? How? Who? Whose?
Okay. So, how, her, who, not who, and whose again, not whose. All right. This is the difference, the main difference. How, who, and whose. These are double H sound, and the others are this WH sound. All right. So this time you are going to try to use the right question word for this part. So have a look. Do you usually get to class on foot, by car, or on public transport? The question is how, I would say. All right. So we have got here the auxiliary verb and here the main verb. Okay. So next one. Do you usually sit next to? Sit next to? You. The answer is who do you usually sit next to? We have got the auxiliary verb and here again the main verb. The next question is, are you going to do after this class? I would say, what are you going to do? Again, auxiliary verb, are and going. All right, future. Number 4, many different teachers. This is, I think, clear. How many different teachers have you had? Have, auxiliary verb, had is the main verb, present perfect. In your class, okay, do you think is the best? I would say, whose pronunciation do you think is the best? Again, auxiliary verb, and here again, the main verb. The next question is, I would say, how often have you missed the class? Have, auxiliary verb, and missed here is the main verb. If you could go to an English-speaking country on holiday, where would you go? Would, go is the auxiliary verb and the main verb. Number 8 is, would your ideal time be? When would your ideal time be to have English classes? Would, auxiliary verb, be main verb. Number 9 is, which do you find more difficult, speaking or listening? Auxiliary verb and here main verb. Are you going to carry on with English? Why and why not? This is a typical question. All right, so why are you going to carry on with English, or why aren't you going to carry on with English? This is a shortened form, okay? So here, grammar questions without auxiliaries. This is important here. This is important. without. Okay, this is very important. Now try to find the answers you couldn't remember in file 1 to 11. Okay. See how many of the questions can you answer from memory. So these questions here. Have a look, very quick. What kind of guided tour can you book on TripAside? Here we have got more. Who painted the milkmaid and girl reading a letter? So can you remember? Okay. What is important for you is this part, who painted. So here you are using the question word without an auxiliary, okay? Who painted? So the system is actually very easy. All the question is whether you are going to use an auxiliary verb or not, all right? If there is no auxiliary verb, then you don't need to focus on, let's say, the subject question. In other words, question without an auxiliary verb. Okay, so who painted? This is the subject question, no auxiliary verb. Here, where did Stuart find his phone? There is an auxiliary verb here. I will underline it. What were the couple looking? Auxiliary verb. Okay. So what kind of guided tour can you book on a trip? A site. Auxiliary verb. What? Why did an Italian woman from Sonino face 6 years in prison? Very clear. Did face. Which city came first? What did? Okay. It goes on. Who wrote? No auxiliary verb. What is the most dangerous animal or insect in the world? What is? No auxiliary verb. What phobia does Nicole Kidman have? Auxiliary verb. Who won? No auxiliary verb. Who directed? Who invented? No auxiliary verb. Which was probably inspired? This is again auxiliary verb and auxiliary verb. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go on. All right, what is the subject? What is the subject in question 1? The subject in question 1 is this one, who. So we are looking for the who. And what is the subject of the verb in question 2? The subject in question 2 is Stuart. You know the system. How are the verbs different in question 1 and 2? This is the main verb, And this one is auxiliary verb plus main verb. Okay. Which other 5 questions in the quiz are similar grammatically to question 1? So let me see. Which city came? This is number 1, let's say. Or just check it here. Maybe you are Vermeer in his jacket pocket. An owl, a guided tour when you have a stopover at an airport because she didn't do the housework. Helsinki, Murphy's Law, O. Henry, Wasps and Bees, A Fear of Butterflies, Janet Leigh, Duncan Jones, Adolf Sachs, Snape, his twin brother. Okay. See, these are the let's say answers for the questions. It goes on here. So who started? Who? Stuart in question from auxiliary, as I said. 6, 8, 11, 12, and 13. Okay. So this is 6. Okay. 6. It is 8. It is 11. Erected and invented. Okay. So we pass this one. Okay. So again, there is a video listening part. Let's listen to it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this week's quiz. I hope you've got a drink and you're feeling confident. Here are a few rules, as always. You'll hear each question twice. Write your answers on your answer sheets, and remember, you mustn't use your phone to Google any of the answers. We might even get a fair result that way. Who knows? And lastly, please remember to write your team name on your answer sheets. Right. Everyone, round 1. Sports. Question 1. Which English football team plays at Old Trafford? Which English football team plays at Old Trafford? Two. How many events are there in the decathlon? How many events are there in the decathlon? Three. How many times did Usain Bolt win the Olympic 100 meters race? How many times did Usain Bolt win the Olympic 100 meters race? 4. Which is the biggest? A football, a volleyball, or a basketball? Which is the biggest? A football, a volleyball, or a basketball? Who won the men's singles at Wimbledon 7 times between 2003 and 2012? Who won the men's singles at Wimbledon 7 times between 2003 and 2012? Okay, next round. Music. Question 1. What's the name of the lead singer in the band Coldplay? What's the name of the lead singer of the band Coldplay? Which Italian opera singer became blind at the age of 12 after a football accident? Which Italian opera singer became blind at the age of 12 after a football accident? Three. How many strings does a violin have? How many strings does a violin have? Four. In which country did the pop group ABBA form in 1972? In which country did the pop group ABBA form in 1972? Five. What was Beethoven's first name? What was Beethoven's first name? And the final round is geography. Question 1. In which European city could you visit the Doge's Palace and St. Mark's Square? In which European city could you visit the Doge's Palace and St. Mark's Square? Two. Which rainforest produces over 20% of the world's oxygen? Which rainforest produces over 20% of the world's oxygen? Three. Which is the only city in the world that is in 2 separate continents? Which is the only city in the world that is in 2 separate continent? Four. What is the capital of the Republic of Ireland? What is the capital of the Republic of Ireland? Five. Angel Falls is the world's highest waterfall. Which country is it in? Angel Falls is the world's highest waterfall. Which country is it in? Okay, time for the answers. Swap your answer sheets, please. Here are the answers for round one. Sport. Which English football team plays at Old Trafford? Manchester United. Two. How many events are there in a decathlon? 10. Three. How many times did Usain Bolt win the Olympic 100 metres race? 3. Four. Which is the biggest? A football, a volleyball, or a basketball? A basketball. 5. Who won the men's singles at Wimbledon 7 times between 2003 and 2012? Roger Federer. Music. Question 1. What's the name of the lead singer of the band Coldplay? Chris Martin. 2. Which Italian opera singer became blind at the age of 12 after a football accident? Andrea Bocelli. 3. How many strings does a violin have? 4. 4. In which country did the pop group ABBA form in 1972? Sweden. 5. What was Beethoven's first name? Ludwig. And finally, geography. Question 1. In which European city could you visit the Doge's Palace in St. Mark's Square? Venice. 2. Which rainforest produces over 20% of the world's oxygen? The Amazon. 3. Which is the only city in the world that is in 2 separate continents? Istanbul. 4. What is the capital of the Republic of Ireland? Dublin. 5. Angel Falls is the world's highest waterfall. What country is it in? Venezuela.
going to say Paraguay.
Okay, add up the scores and bring the answer sheets to me.
So that's all. Subject-object questions. All right, so we have got 2 questions for question forms. One with auxiliary verb and the other one is without an auxiliary verb here, as we mentioned in this part. All right, I think that's all for this unit 12C. Let's go on with this revise and check part. It's about unit 11 and 12. I will have a quick check about it so you can follow me. When I was a child, I used to have long hair. Jack didn't used to, I think. All right. I might plus verb 1 by. Sue might not come. I love traveling. I love traveling. Positive, and so do I. I can't do this exercise. This is negative. Negative. So neither can I. Neither can I. I went to the cinema last night. I went to the cinema last night. So did I. All right, be careful. I was too late. I was too late when I got to the station. The train had left. Okay, past perfect. When I got to the airport, I remembered that I hadn't closed. Lisa told me that she wanted to marry Nigel. Wanted. Kevin said he would be back. Said he would be back. Our grandfather told us who lives. Where did you buy? Huh? How many people want to go on the trip? Okay. So this one, write the school subjects. Here. We'll make nouns from the verbs. Invent becomes, noun form is invention. Decide is decision. Choose is choice. Invite is invitation. Die is death. All right, be careful with the pronunciation. So the next one is write the school subjects. Greatest place. What is it? Literature. This is math. The capital is geography. This is biology or science. Augustus was the first Roman emperor. This is history. All right. So completely missing. Julia and Jane are sorry, you see the I here, identical twins, huh? So very similar. I live in the same street as my sister. Her new novel is quite similar to your last one. Dave is very attractive and his son looks just like him. My parents, both, huh? Parents, both. All right. We were having a barbecue when it raining. Suddenly, of course. The doctor will see you again next week. You must rest as much as possible. Meanwhile, when the phone rang, I answered it immediately. It was a long journey, but eventually, finally, I got home. She said it was important, so I did it straight away, at once, okay? So complete the sentence with say or tell, very important. Okay, me. This me is important because it goes with tell me a story, okay? Me, somebody. Did he tell somebody? Did he say? Did he say? If you see Jack, say hello, okay? What did they, this to you, say to you? You should, somebody, your teacher, tell your teacher what happened. So this one, have a look. Ear, tourist, owl, boy, oi, thumb, mother, and right, okay? So this one, ma, I think it's mother here. Sure, tour, neither, thumb, fear, ear, written, right, I think, yeah? Math, sure, neither, fear, fear, and re. Okay. This one, underline the stress syllable, indecisive, all right? Indecisive, identical, immediately, immediately, neighbor, accident, all right? So let's go on. Can you understand this text? So here you have to read it for yourself. All right. Matteo and Erica were going to Italy for a birthday. It says this is true. They were late because they got lost on the way to the airport. This is false. When they got to the plane, it was ready to leave. True, they were arrested after they had got onto the plane. Hubert bought the lottery scratch cards in the airport shop. $1 million is the biggest prize for a scratch card. At first, he wasn't sure if he really won the prize. He decided to give all the money away to the people. All right. So this is the video.
Did you like school?
I loved school, actually. I think I preferred senior school more than junior school. But yeah, lots of friends, lots of sort of sporting activities and things. So yeah, I loved it.
What were your best and worst subjects?
My best subject was probably mathematics. Loved mathematics. Found I was sort of very capable at it, so it was quite easy. I think it's one of those things that's natural. But worst subject, maybe Latin. Never very good at languages, even though I use them every day now. But never very. I like languages now, but I hated them at school.
Did you have a favourite or least favourite teacher at school?
Let me think about that. Yes, I liked the French teacher. She was probably my favourite teacher because she was French and she taught us to speak with a very good French accent.
Did she inspire you?
She did, and I'm still learning French and I live in Australia, and I go to France every year and I go to French language schools.
Do you have a problem making decisions? What about?
It depends what sort of decision it is. If it's a sort of an instant decision, I make pretty good instant decisions, but the longer you think about them, then I probably decide or try to decipher which is best decision. So instant decision is a better way for me.
Do you know any twins? Are they identical?
Yes, I'm a twin myself. I have a twin brother. And my sister has got twin boys. They're age 16 and they're not identical. They don't look very similar and they don't have similar personalities either.
Who do you think gossips more, men or women? Why?
I think stereotypically, people say women gossip more. But I actually think men gossip quite a lot as well. I think men gossip more in a factual way, whereas women gossip more, maybe in more of a personal, emotional way. So maybe in kind of a nastier way than what men do, I would say. But I would say they probably gossip the same, or in a similar way.
Okay, so the answers is languages, continue learning French, make it quickly, twin nephews, and Katie thinks that men and women gossip the same amount. All right, so fair play. So this is, I think, all. This is, I think, all for this term. Okay, yes, this is all for this term. Hope you enjoyed the online teaching videos, and I wish you good luck for the next semester. Bye-bye and see you. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye, take care.